I have a Twitter, link in the description. Nintendo Switch Online. It's been out for 3 whole years, and since the beginning, it's always been kind of controversial. I mean, if you've seen the release schedule and the online itself, it doesn't have the best track record. After 3 years though, maybe some improvements have been made. You probably already know the answer. Since this is my first time mentioning NSO on my channel, let me do a quick summary of my thoughts of the first 2 years. The first year was fine. We got some pretty cool NES games, some of them were obscure, but they were releasing them every month, so we never really felt devoid of games. And I know that's weird to say about NES games, but as you will hear later on in this video, we will start to get really annoyed about the lack of releases. In the second year, it was the first time we got SNES games. That was also around the time they announced that they weren't doing monthly release schedule anymore. So me and many others were worried about how they will handle it. For the first wave in September, we got some really big hits. And then they started drip feeding us throughout the year, which was not great. So now we're into the third year. Is it better? Well, let's start off with September 2020 with the games that they released, which was honestly not bad, at least for SNES. The first thing that they showed off was Donkey Kong Country 2, which is a great first game to show off. I have never played any of the original DK Country games, so I was happy that the second one was released. Then they showed off Mario Super Picross, which was only released in Japan until 2007 when they released it in Europe and Australia, but not America for some reason. So this is the first time American audiences can easily access this game, which is really cool, even though I don't understand Picross. And for the final SNES game they showed off, The Peacekeepers, which I never heard of, but for the gameplay they showed off, it looks like a very fun beat-em-up style game. I don't really play beat-em-ups, nor do I know much about this game, but it seems very fun to play. So for the SNES, a very strong start. For the NES, since the NES Online already ran its course, I'm not going to criticize it all that much, also I kind of don't care. But for the sake of the video, I'm gonna mention the games, just because it's fair. So, they showed off SCAT, Special Cybernetic Attack Team, which for NES game looks really fun. And please don't take that as NES games aren't fun. I'm just stating that for a game that came out in 1991, it looks cool. Then they showed off... Oh, that's it actually. I guess they're just gonna focus on SNES games, which is fine, even though they haven't released Earthbound Beginnings, which I really want to play. Luckily, it's on the Wii U Virtual Console, and I have a Wii U. 3 months later in December, we got a new update, and like the last, it started off with a bang with Donkey Kong Country 3, which completes the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. What a great start! Then it showed off the Ignition Factor, which looks like a fun Metroidvania type game. The next SNES game we got to look at is Super Valise 4, which, like the Ignition Factor, looks fun. And finally, Tough Enough, a nice looking fighting game. Sorry for the lack of commentary, I don't know what these games are other than that they look cool. For NES, they showed off Nightshade and... I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, the reception for this was really positive, so let's hope they keep up this momentum. 2 months later, February of the new year rolls around, and I'm excited to see what we got. Those dislikes are a little close, but it's a bit more positive, so let's take a closer look. First we have Doomsday Warrior, which is another fighting game. Okay. What else we got? Prehistoric Man, ooh, that looks like a fun platformer. Psycho Dream, also that looks very fun as well. Okay, I see, that's it. Okay, that's fine. The games they show do look fun, but I was hoping for at least, one big title, but it is unreasonable to expect that every update. Now, what for the NES? Okay then, moving on. So, as you can see, people were getting anxious for a new SNES big title. So, let's see if they deliver it next update. Spoiler, they didn't. So it's time for the May update. It's been 3 months of waiting, so they must have been ready to add some new games that people have been requesting. They weren't. First, they showed off Joe and Mac, which looked like another caveman type platformer. Though, judging from the comments, people actually like this, which I'm glad. Magical Drop 2, which now that I started playing puzzle games, I freaking love playing this. Spanky's Quest, which I have no idea what's going on, but has a monkey throwing things at a giant apple, so it's already a 10 out of 10 in my book. And Super Baseball Simulator 1000! It's just baseball. So that was kind of disappointing. We waited 3 months for really nothing. And in fact, we waited 5 months for really anything big. So I understand why people are starting to get really annoyed over this. But let's all chill. We all know Nintendo. They're a bit slow in doing things. So let's see what we got next update. Oh, that's it. At the time I'm writing this, September 4th, 2021, there have been no announcements since May. That is a serious disappointment. I'm honestly afraid of what the next update might hold, because I know if it isn't something at least the people want, then they're gonna get blasted. I know, like I said earlier, it's weird to get bent over shape about some SNES games, but when we're paying for a service to have online, which, by the way, the online still sucks, then yeah, I'm gonna be a bit upset. I'm not over the moon angry, but confused and puzzled at Nintendo's choices for games. I'm expecting one more announcement before September 10th, because they usually announce them first, then release them later. So if they don't announce anything, then, well, that's what we're gonna get this year. Besides the NES and SNES online games, there have been NSO exclusive games and extras that have been released this year. But before that, I want to mention Nintendo have re-released the NSO trailer again, with only a slight update of adding games to support the online. Originally, I thought they uploaded it to remove the dislikes, but it became more clear that they just probably wanted to update it, though removing the dislikes were probably a benefit, even though that didn't work. In terms of extra stuff, Tetris 99 had more Maximus Cups that I actually participated in. It was pretty fun. It reminded me a lot of Spellfest. And then they made a new 99 game, Pac-Man 99, which was fun for a while. But I kinda got bored and went back to the more simplistic Tetris 99. I think the problem was that it wasn't as simple and easy to transfer Pac-Man into a Battle Royale game than it is Tetris. But the game was really creative and very fun to play when I still played it. I'm gonna give it another chance and come back. I'm pretty sure that's really it for NSO this year. I know that the world is crashing and burning around us, but it's been burning for a year now, so I thought I would have got used to it by now, or at least find a solution or something. I'm not going to fault Nintendo for the lack of games, but that does not mean I'm letting them go free either. Hopefully we can get some new NSO stuff. I even heard there's some rumors about Game Boy stuff coming, but I learned not to trust rumors. You shouldn't too. You don't want to get your expectations too high and then they plummet to the ground and you're extremely disappointed when they announce freaking Basketball Simulator 2000 or something.